Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ireland Live for Wednesday, the 11th of March 2026. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined by Ora Donoghue now in the next few minutes. It's been a packed week. We've been vindicated again, as I reported this day 3 weeks ago on this very show, about the child in Clontarf being sexually assaulted. I was attacked by the usual lefty gobshites telling me I was spreading hate and you know the usual shit. Same with Kirk Loco, which is Terry Kay. He was the same. He got lashed over as well. We all got lashed over. But I think I brought this out on the show last Wednesday 3 weeks ago on the 15th. This happened on the 11th, so it's a month to today. And 3 weeks ago I spoke about this in the show. Somebody sent it in to me, and I thought, listen, the people of the area have to know about this. So I put it straight out. I said, allegedly. I said, this has been sent in. I said, we're a media company. I said, we need to put this out. And that's what we did. We put it out. And then the dance crowd came out and said that the far right were using it for this, that, and the other. There's no far right here. There's either right or wrong. And it's wrong. You know what I mean? And it needs to be called out. I'm sorry. And the reason they can't mention these people's names is because they brought in legislation. They brought in the law that asylum seekers' names cannot be given out in public. And this wasn't Paul Nolan done on that very same bullshit legislation on that law? He's the first man to be done on it, you know, and he got 3 months. So come on, like, you know what I mean? It's all bullshit. They're doing everything to suit themselves. The same with the Section 8, Section 6, Section whatever. It's all bullshit. All bullshit. I'm just going to go through a few comments. Hi there. Hi, Vincent. How are you, mate? Good evening, Paul and everyone in the chat. How are you, Ethnic? Yeah, why they don't like the truth. That's why they bear their fangs on everyone. Yeah, it's disgusting, like, you know what I mean? It really is. Good evening. Bogus asylum seekers. Yeah, but this guy shouldn't have even been in the country. You know, it's disgusting, like, you know what I mean? How many is this now in the last 3 weeks? You know what I mean? There's been 3 girls assaulted, or, you know, something happened in the last 3 weeks. This is disgusting, like, you know what I mean? I think Michael O'Keefe put out something earlier. Yeah, there. Michael O'Keefe. It's happened again. A foreign man has been charged with sexually assaulting a young Irish girl and making inappropriate approaches to 3 others. And he was in court this morning. And he was remanded in custody this morning. He was charged with sexual assault of a 8-year-old child and assaulting or whatever he did around the other 2 kids. And yeah, that was in Clontarf. Yeah. That was in Clontarf. Why me talk to myself? Sorry, Satanta 7. I don't know who you are. But if you are who I think you are, don't bother your bollocks, because I'm not listening to you, right? Was that Clontarf? Yeah, that was in Clontarf. Yeah, it was up at Furry Park. It was between Killester and Clontarf. And I done a little video about 2 weeks ago, about a week after it. And I didn't put out the video, but I done it in the laneway there coming from Killester into out to the Hope Road. And like that place it's not very well lit up. It's, you know, and you know, kids in that area are probably walking around there for the last few years, like, you know what I mean? And you know, it's people of the area need to know, you know what I mean? You can't just be saying, no, it's the far right jumping on this. It's not the far right jumping on it. It's concerned fathers, concerned mothers, concerned citizens that are coming up on this. You know what I mean? How are you, Sean? Good evening, all. Yeah. Rupert Lowe of Restore Britain is doing really well too. Yeah, he is, yeah. Saoirse Aaron. How are you, Saoirse Aaron? Yeah, love the song. Yeah, good evening, Paolo. How are you, Ferg? How are you? In the chat. I have a lovely video there that was put together for people who don't know. It was young Ava O'Brien's birthday yesterday. She would have been 18. God bless her. And there was a bit of a, yeah, I'm going to play the video. I was broke up watching it now, I'm being honest with you. I really was thinking of my own kids, and, you know, it just really, resonates. You know, it's, you know what I'm talking about. Sorry, but I'm bleeding. I'm well enough now, but Jay's like thinking about it. But how are you, Ferg? How are you? Share this out. Yeah, please, guys, share this out everywhere that you can, because we're getting hammered. Open arms for Jesus. You all have to understand the new world religion is Catholic, Islam, and Jews, all against the Lord Jesus Christ Almighty. Yeah. Yeah, lol. Yeah. Attempted child abduction at Circle K, Tala. Yeah, somebody sent that in to me there a few minutes ago. I think I'm going to have to look into that now in a few minutes. We've a while to go. Vanilla Chris Bourne, I remember Paul saying it, only coming out now, disgraceful. Yeah, I did. And if you remember, I said, I don't care what the thing is from this, it needs to be told. And if there is a problem in the area, we need parents to know about this and not to be letting their children walk around. I actually saw 3 Deliveroo drivers. Today I done the video. I saw 3 Deliveroo drivers within the space of a half a mile radius. Now, you know, it's disgusting. Good evening, Paul and all. Good evening. All right, Chris. Good evening, everyone. Open arms. The Pope signed the agreement 4 years ago, and that's why Muslims are in church in Ireland. Yeah. See another thing today. I think Charles is a Muslim as well, to be honest with you. The Independent gave more detail, even though it's behind the paywall compared to RTE. Yeah, I didn't see the Independent. It was the RTE one I seen. An illegal immigrant from Brazil working as a delivery driver. They're all working as delivery drivers. I went up to the McDonald's in Donaghmede last week, and oh my God, and the amount of kids, the amount of young girls in there, and I'm not messing. And these young yokes are coming and going, can't even speak English, and they're in there and they're hoo, you know, talking in their own lingo. You know exactly what they're doing, the dirty animals. You know exactly what they're thinking. You know what I mean? It's just disgusting. I swear to God. God rest her soul. Yeah, God rest her. Yeah. Paul, you look gorgeous. Thank you, Michael. Fair play to you. I can always count on you, Michael. And you're not even on a retainer, like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Rupert is ethno-nationalist, yeah. 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 RTE, yeah. All right, Sean. May she rest in peace, yeah. Sarah Malone. Hi, Paul. Still not getting notifications for your show. Nobody is. To be honest with you, we're only up to 300 there now. Usually we should be up to about 500, 600. It's not going out everywhere. I'm looking here and I'm seeing, yeah, it's just, it's mad. But yeah, we're going out. We're getting through YouTube and everything else. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're doing all right. You know what I mean? Thank Ferg's Mother's Day out for a meal. Yeah, well said, brother. Liz, that's your sister in Liverpool. St. Patrick's Day has been taken over. It's unbelievable. How are they trying to wipe out our tradition and history, all we hold dear in our hearts? Okay, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to just, like, lads, this is all about optics. This is all about optics. They started it all off with the zoo shit. And you know what I mean? They threw that out there, and a load of us jumped on it. You know what I mean? I didn't jump on it as much as other people, but a load of people jumped on it, and that's exactly what they wanted. Then Terry Gorry threw out his 3 or 4 minute video with the Indian lady that's here 3 years. That's blah 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 blah. That sent everyone into a spin as well. And then we had this. You know what I mean? Everyone, you know, like, this is St. Patrick's Day. This is not Hindu Day or Black Africa Day or Gay Pride Day or any other culture's day. This is our culture, and this is what we need to keep. We need our culture, and people shouldn't go to them parades now for that, especially for that. But what's going to happen is, when Irish people don't go, all the Indians and the whatever will go, and they'll do what they have to do, and they'll take over everything. So Sheriff Street last Sunday was taken over by Indians. Sheriff Street, one of the roughest and the best places and the most Dublin places in the north inner city, and that was taken over by Indians last week. So yeah, we need to stop it. Hang on there, St. Patrick's Day. Any update on the Algerian who was finally fit for trial that stabbed the girl a few years back? No, nothing about him. That's no, nothing about him. Blasphemy laws, Islamophobia, anti-Muslim hate definition announced by the UK government. That's exactly what they're going to do. We spoke about this a few weeks ago. I'm just going to bring Orla up there now. Hang on. Hello, Orla. How are you?
Well, how are you?
Good. How are you? I'm very good. Yeah, I'll take out my earpiece. I haven't got it plugged in, so I might as well. It's only me and you, so yeah. How's everything?
Well, I'm on the new laptop.
Deadly. Your thing is a bit low. Your mic, but hey, you're sitting a bit away from it, so it's all right.
Hold on, where's the volume on it? Can't even
On
see
the mic.
Where's the volume on this?
Yeah. Do you like our new background? Yeah.
Oh,
I'll remove it. Doesn't that look sexy? Yeah. Independent. Hold on. Any update? No, your man. It was Riyad Bubashar. That's that fella. That's nothing yet. Yes, for Nula and no autopsy. Oh, okay, Liz. Blasphemy laws, Islamophobia, Muslim hate. I'm getting the notifications through here in the UK. Okay, Michael John. I'm going to be honest with you. I saved a load of videos. I shared a load of videos. Some Anthony posted, some Daz posted, some other good other people. Every one of the videos that I reposted is no longer available anymore. It's weird. Strangely quiet regarding that they are. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
What's my sound like now?
No, you sound all right. I can hear you. Yeah.
I turned it up. Yeah.
Yeah, they bring in thousands of immigrants. They all end up staying in Ireland. And this is what's going to happen they're going to let all of these people into Europe now and give them this European citizenship, and they're all going to head here. This is where they're all going to end up, guys. Treasure Island. That's exactly what we are, and that's where they're coming for. You know, I'm telling you now, we've all seen it. We know where it's coming from. Hate crimes against Muslims. No mention of the rape gangs. No. Only Nottingham had. I saw the Dublin Zoo shite, instantly copped it, being rage bait. Yeah, so I didn't interact in any way. Neither did I. I saw it. I knew what it was.
That's
I thought,
all what
this
is
is what they want.
Yeah, exactly.
The media is baiting us. That's exactly what they're doing. And then you had Terry Gorry with his stupid bleeding interview. And another thing about that interview that Terry Gorry did, you have to be 4 years paying tax in this country before you can avail of that scheme that she spoke about. Did you know that?
Right.
Yeah. They're only 3 years in the country. How do they wangle to get an extra year if they're only 3 years in the country?
But how did she sit there and give all that information so willingly?
Because there you go. It's all a distraction, Paul. They distract us with crap to argue about while they do harm to us. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Correct, Sarah.
They have us now arguing about this Indian woman now, and I'm talking about it. This is exactly what's happening. I'm talking about it now that she got preferential treatment again, that she should have been 4 years in the country paying tax, and she wasn't, her or her husband, and they got it after 3 years. They're the questions that need to be asked here, the questions that need to be answered. Will they answer them? I doubt it very much. Terry should have known that before he even interviewed her. You know what I mean? Him being a solicitor, he should have known that you have to pay tax for 4 years.
But
so again, that's what he said.
Why did she sit there so relaxed, given that sort of an interview?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna hang on. I'm just gonna show this here. I'm just gonna share this. This was the last one that was put up yesterday, right? This is it. Shannon St. Patrick's Day Parade 2026. Celebrate the cultures. Rainbow flag. Celebrate the cultures of Shannon. As I said, firstly, rainbow flag, Ukrainian flag. I think that's a Russian flag, Palestinian flag, Iranian flag.
Was it Iranian?
Yeah, whatever. Brazilian, Polish. And look at Paddy last, Ireland. This is an Irish holiday. This is about being Irish. Everywhere around the world, it's an Irish team. Why is it not an Irish team here in Ireland? I'm just not getting it, you know? Have we gone that woke? Have we gone that bad?
No, they're just putting that out there to annoy us, so I'm not featuring
That's exactly what they're doing. But these NGOs are the ones that are pushing the whole narrative here, all of this shit, this transgender shit, this culture shit, the whole lot. It's all down to NGOs. You know, it's disgusting. I swear to God, it's disgusting. How you on it? It's a Catholic boy. Good evening, classy lady. Orla, I suppose I better put that up. Boycott everything that is not Irish, but only buy from true Irish. Yeah, I start. Now, in saying that, my sister used to cut my hair all the time, like, you know what I mean? So I went back to the barber last week and I got it done. Bleeding great, sitting there having a chat with the barber. You know, I hadn't seen him in years. You know what I mean? It was nice. You know what I mean? It was 15 quid or something like that, or whatever. I gave him 20 quid or whatever it was, and it was nice just to get out for a half an hour, you know, and have a chat with them. And you know, I don't know whether he'd like to do an interview, like, you know what I mean, to promote it, because yeah, you know, he's in that position there. He doesn't want to be with the far right, probably. You know, that sort of way. I don't know. You know. I will not use any.
He doesn't have to do it in that angle. He just does it on the supporting small businesses and shop local. That's what it's about.
All I can hear
Thanks,
you
Sarah.
perfectly well.
Don't listen to Paul. Paul's just, we never listen to Paul. You know that. I'm the boss.
I'm the boss.
No, you're not. Sorry, I can't hear you.
The backdrop looks great. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks really good. I got a good message off it.
You can take down that picture.
There earlier about doing something, and it sounds very, very good. I'm liking what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, and so yeah, watch this space. We'll.
I said you can take down that picture. We're sick of looking at it.
No, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, but that's it. Look, Paddy last. Look, Paddy last, and then you have. Where is the Irish man there? Sorry, they're all Irish people. Sorry, they're all citizens, probably. Yeah.
The new ones.
But there's not one there. Look, that's all we got. 1, 2, 3, a couple of shamrocks. At least they got the shamrocks right, because the Lewis put out one with 4-leaf clovers on it, and people complained about it, and it was taken down. 4-leaf clovers, yeah. Because other people don't relate to the shamrock because they're not Irish. Well, then don't celebrate Patrick's Day, you gobshite. It's about being Irish. End of the story. Anthony has really good content. Yeah, he's putting up some great videos. He done a good one again yesterday, I think. Dean Smudger Smith, the Dean. Yeah. The question is, Paul, what the fuck are we going to do about it? Yeah. I know. We're trying to do stuff in the background, mate. We really are. We will make a statement in the next few weeks, but you know, we are doing stuff in the background. We definitely are. We got that Brazilian trans multiple conversions guarded in a house around families disaster waiting to happen. Yes, this is this Barbie Kardashian as well.
In the house, yes.
Now this Barbie Kardashian has got a house in Trim or somewhere like that, or in Navan somewhere. She's in Mead. Or he's in Mead. You know what I mean? Like, his name is Gabriel Rodriguez Gentil or something like that. Or Alejandro something Gentil. Like, he threatened to kill his mother and his father. Yet instead of watching this man or getting this man out of the country, they let this man go into prison with women, vulnerable women, and serve his time in a woman's prison. And when Helen McEntee was asked about this by Ben Scallon, she said, I'm not going to comment on individual cases. Well, Helen, will you comment now on how this man who thinks he's a woman and who used less change to be a woman is living in a house in your constituency? Is that coincidence? I don't know. But I think she needs to be asked them questions, and them questions need to be answered. You know? The government of the left pushing their agendas. Unfortunately, us patriots have gone quiet since the general election, and the plantation of immigrants and LGBTI has swung into the force 1,000-fold. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. I do agree with you. You know, a lot of people were disheartened after the election. A lot of people saw people for what they were after the election. There's a lot of people still building stuff in the background here. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we will be back. Don't you worry. We will be back, Sean. Don't you worry. There's nothing like the same bollocks over and over. Yeah.
Exactly.
Eileen Sheeran. Do you know Eileen Sheeran? Yeah. I'm not going to put that up because she's being nasty, and that's not nice. He is part of it. Who is it? I don't know, some lady, Eileen Sheeran or something like that.
Don't know her.
Yeah.
She in the comments?
Yeah, on Facebook, yeah. Yeah, I love the way these people come up. You know, love the way they do it. Yeah. But they won't be getting anything, don't worry. Chris Bourne, 100%, 100%. McDonald's are selling Brazilian beef burgers. Avoid if you can. Listen, I've seen stuff coming out of different places, McDonald's around the world, where human DNA has been found in some of the meat. So I understand what you're saying, but I love a good Big Mac. You know what I mean? So I not
Well,
gonna do that.
God knows what's in McDonald's.
Yeah, yeah. You don't know. That's the thing.
Mm.
And I seen a good video a couple of weeks ago of a guy talking about where are they getting all the beef from? Like there should be they're selling something like 6 billion a day or something like that. 6 billion beef burgers a day. Like there should be millions of cows around where they are. Or like you don't see McDonald's trucks coming in that often. Like if that's the case, they should be filling the place up every bleeding hour. Like you know what I mean? It's weird. None of the 4 characters in the poster are Irish. Yeah, exactly. I know. It's disgusting. Either Filipino or Czech. Yeah, boycott everything. Boycott everything, guys. I'm telling you. It's these NGOs are just trying to suck the life out of us, guys. Don't let them do it. Close the NGOs. I agree with you, Nolan Flower. The Irish need to have a parade for old time's sake. But Sarah, this is our parade. Like the gay guys and gay ladies have pride, which has turned into a fiasco now. It has turned into a den of iniquity. Like you know what I mean? It's disgusting the way they're walking around. Oh, we're gay, we're proud, we're this, we're that. I'm all for gay people. I'm all for lesbians if you want to do that. If that's what you're into, if that's it. But this trans shit getting thrown down our throats, and not even our throats, our kids now. You know what I mean? It's in the schools now. You know what I mean? I seen a video Janet did, and fair play to Janet. She's out doing leaflets and the whole lot. I'm going to help the girls in Coolock now. One of the evenings, they're going to do leaflets one of the evenings to get the word out. Like mothers need to know, grandparents need to know what's going on in these schools and what they're putting out. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know we've
listen,
highlighted it already.
Common sense tells you, okay, and this is just facts. This is plain facts.
Yeah.
XX, a man and a woman have XX, all XX or all XY chromosomes. Okay, that's it. It's in every a man has them in every fiber of his body, everywhere, every bit of DNA, every bit of organ in your heart, in your brain. That's XX or whatever it is. And then you've XY. Women have XY. It doesn't matter whether you cut it off and tuck it in. It doesn't make you a woman. End the story. But if you want to do that and you want to make yourself feel good by doing that, by all means do that. But don't expect me as a normal person to accept you as a woman when I know you are a man, and vice versa for women doing the same. No, I'm not buying into your bullshit. You know what I mean? And the worst part is they're trying to indoctrinate the kids into this before we can get a hold of the kids, before we can tell. My kids are well tutored on this. My kids know that's it. End the story. Anything happens in the school, you come to me, you tell me. Anything spoke about in the school, you come here, you tell me. End of story. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not having it. And that's just it. And people will tell you Enoch Burke. I've had this with friends of mine. Oh, Enoch Burke is not locked up for this. He's locked up for breaching a court, for contempt of court. Let's be honest here, people. Enoch Burke would not be in the situation he is in now if he was not asked to call a child the they them pronoun. He refused, and then everything transpired from then. Okay, I get he went into I get he went in and he spoke to the principal, and there's a bit of an argument, and he was asked to leave. I get all of that. But this would not have happened. This would not have happened if he had not have been asked to call that child the they them pronoun. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I'm sorry. I wouldn't do it. They, them. Yeah, they're a pair of fucking idiots. Go on away now. You know, and that's the way I look at it. I just call her out for what it is. You know, it's bullshit. The man is in jail now, languishing in Bladen Castlereagh prison. Yeah, it's disgusting. And his mother and sister, I don't know whether they're actually locked up yet, are they? Because I know they were, the police came to the house a few times looking for them. Now, let me just. Get rid of full screen there. Sorry. But yeah. Okay, that's my little rant over there. What's this? Do now know which is worse, the NGOs or the multinationals? It's the NGOs, guys. The NGOs. I didn't like what he said about the books. Who said about the books? Sorry. There's a lot of people coming out and calling out the books. They like that Richtard guy. I used to follow him on the guy that was thrown. They were trying to throw him out of his house and all. He's an ex-chef or something. He's a nice guy. I get okay. I like some of the stuff, but when he started calling out them, I thought, Jesus, they're in the same bleeding boat as you here, mate. I said, you're calling them out. You can't do that, really, you know. Ireland is the California of Europe. What a laughing stock they are making of St. Patrick's Day. I'm sick of all this shite, this government and them NGOs. Yeah, I agree with you, Anne. For fuck's sake, you can't say boycott. It's gender neutral cut. And I just wanted to say as well, on Monday night, was it Monday night? What are we today? Wednesday. On Sunday night, a few gobshites went up to Clare Hall and took a few Sinn Féiners, a few Shinners. We know who they are. We have their names. I'm not going to give out the names here, but we will be putting out the names. Took down flags on the Clare Hall roundabout and the Northern Cross roundabout. Now, the guys were on to me. I spoke to the guys, and the guys have pictures of these guys and everything else. They will be getting out in the public domain. Don't you worry. But fair play to the guys who went back up there yesterday, or went back up there on Tuesday, and put up. You want to see the flags? They're amazing. So fair play to the lads from Coolock. Fair play to you lads. Good lads. You're doing it all over the place. Good, well done. My English friends think that Irish people in Ireland are committing cultural harry-carry. It's not us that's doing it, Michael. It's the government that's doing it. It's not us. You know, like we're here trying to fight against this. You know what I mean? And it's, you know, guys, if you can share this out, please do get it out there on. You can watch live on X at Fitzy Dub, Anthony L. Casey at Rugamorph27. You got us on YouTube, the Irish Column and Gale Force Media, and Facebook, Paul Fitzsimons. And you'll also get us on Gale Force Media on the web on www.galeforcemedia.com. Thanking you. Okay. Doesn't take a fucking rocket science to figure it out. Thanks for explaining what you're up to. Yeah. We'll be into. Yeah, he will be going into women's toilets. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's the hill I die on. I'm being honest with you. Oops, sorry, I'm late. No problem, Drew. Fair play to you. Fair play to you for tuning in, mate. I'm actually thinking, what the fuck? No Irish person on that poster. It is disgusting, but this is what it's doing. This is to turn all of us against it. Start putting up mean tweets, and we'll be arrested for our tweets for hate speech. And this is what, lads, don't bite on it. Don't bite on it. We can talk in the background. We can do what we have to do. Just don't bite on it. Don't put your name to anything up there, because these are watching everything. And I mean everything. Lads, we're only up to 400 and odd here now at the minute. So we are getting heavily censored. Trust me, we really are. We're not getting out on everything. All the Patriots just started a parade at the end of the route and march going the other way. Well, listen, call one. If you had 40,000 people like we had last year in Dublin City, what a parade we could have that day, hey? We already have the flags. Let's march. Let's march. That's what you do. You march a parade. Good idea. I think that's what we should do. Yeah, all corruption. He should have been deported, yes. He tried to rape a female prison officer. And yeah, I know that. And still got out. Still got out a year. You know what I mean? Like, the suspended sentence should have kicked in for that, you know? Not in my name. I'm an Irish gamer and an Irish patriot. I do not consent. Fair play to you, Michael. Nobody gives a fuck. All our teens think it's normal. We're done. Yeah. Don't eat those burgers, Paul. I won't. I do like them, but smell of McDonald's makes me sick. Oh, I drive by. It's just a run drag in. Yes, more like you're eating Jimmy Hoffa than a cow. I know. Hello, everyone. Sorry a bit late. Fair play to you, Christine. Parents need to talk to their children. Yes, I talk to my children all the time about this. I really do. Hi, Galloway. Hi. Sharing him alone. First time I met Fergus Power was him offering an alternative to the parade for Irish people. Yes, I remember it. That was years ago, and I reckon there is way more appetite now. I remember that. That was in the park. Do you remember that, Fergus? I didn't make it over, but I seen the videos. Yeah. Blessing it says no. Don't forget the little girl in City West. Uproar at the time. Now another 8-year-old sexually assaulted, and another 2 victims approached by the same man. Attempted abduction of a 4-year-old girl in Tallaght today. That's right. Details in WhatsApp. Yeah, thank you very much for that. I'm going to show it now. This cannot happen so often that it's ignored and seen as normal. This is what they're doing. These are children. Nothing should be more important than the safety of children. Thank you for that, Blessing. It says no. And I'm just going to have a look here. Did she send it? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just see. Did she send it to me? Okay, I'll have a look at it now in a minute. Okay. I didn't get it in the WhatsApp. Oh, you sent it to me other WhatsApp, didn't you? That's what happened. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll sort that now. Saint Enoch. Yes, we should do a parade for Enoch. That's it. Being forced to accept a man as a woman is nuts. Yeah, I know. Many teachers have arguments with principals, but they are not fired because they're not having this argument. That's why. And the fact that they're dragging Enoch Burke through the courts and through everything else, and his mother now and his sister, that is shutting other teachers up. That's exactly what this is all about, is to frighten everybody into submission. That's it, that you just take this bullshit. Look at Ross LaHoive down in Cork. Ross walked in on a what was it, a drag queen story time with a load of transgenders in a room with little kids and their parents, which were weak parents, if you're asking me, because these people do not deserve to have kids if they're going to do this sort of shit with kids. You know, there's a video on Book Out called My Shadow is Pink. Right, let me just see. Was this sent to this? Yes, it was. Okay, this is a recording. I'm going to get sent in. So let's see for me. I wonder how big the recording is. This is just Daz from earlier. I'm gonna just play this, right, because I haven't heard it. I don't know how big the recording is, so I'm just gonna go with this, right, and we'll see. Okay. Let me just share this. I like Daz. Daz is one of our own. If you're not following Daz News on Instagram, please do. Share screen. Yes. Me sound. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna play this.
Message with you now. Everybody in the Tallaght area and the surrounding areas, you need to be very careful. Do not leave your kids in the car. This could have ended so bad for this little kid. People going around watching to see if you leave your kids in the car on their own. Listen to this and please share it out. Make more people aware. Do not leave your kids in the car. Take a look. This video was over 3 minutes long, so please share it out.
Heavy, but these only let me send a fucking minute-long message to you, like, but I was at Circle K earlier on, just dropped the missus off at the bus stop here at the square. I was waiting for her because she was coming out with the dentist. And my little young wasn't feeling too well. She's only 4. She asked me to jump in the back of the car. So I jumped in the back and I was at the back left and she was at the back right. And then about a minute or so later, I seen this bloke, like a Iranian Iraqi fucking asylum seeker. And he was just looking around, kept on looking around, and I honestly thought he seen me in the back of the car, like, and my little girl didn't say that. My little girl just turned around, Daddy, why is he looking at me? So he would have been at the front left of the car, and I would have been at the back, so you could see directly her eye line, basically. And then he got on the phone, and I kept on looking out at him through the window as he was coming to the window, like, you know, that kind of way. And I was like, I thought he seen me, so I didn't want to keep on making eye contact with him because he was kind of talking to himself and stuff. kind of talking to himself. So I just didn't want to fucking start that and thinking I was staring at him or that, you know, that kind of way. And then he kept on just sussing the place out, then got on the phone, sent obviously like a voice message, pretended to be on the phone. Then a minute later, after no one was around, he went to open the door, but I just locked it because I just thought something suspicious was going on. So I locked the back door, like, and I had to then, there was joy lock on my car, so I had to bail over the fucking seats out to the front. And he was like, sorry. The minute I jumped out, he was like, sorry, didn't mean it. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing trying to open my door? He said, you were looking straight at me fucking kid and all that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it and all. And then I went for him and all. And then he just legged it. We ran to the corner, Circle K. And I couldn't go any further because I wasn't leaving my little young one on her own in the car. Like. So then I rang the missus. She was in there with her mask. So I rang her just telling her, get back to the car. Look, I was looking for fucking, pulling the boot apart, looking for something to go after him. Like, do you know what I mean? When she got to the car, she got to the car then, and I went around, and there was a lad begging there. He's an Irish lad, and I was like, do you see anyone here? And he was like, yeah, some bloke just fucking flew by me. He said and took his hat off. And I was like, yeah, that's your man. I was like, which way did you go? And all. So I spent the last 2 hours flying around, bleeding everywhere, trying to look for him. I went over that blue bridge at Aylesbury into the park there. I went into the square, even the security guard. I said to the security guard in the square, and he's like, oh, you better off going to the help desk. Like, I was like, I don't have time to be going to the fucking help desk. Like, you know what I mean? Once you hear that about a foreigner, you don't give a fuck. So I've been around the last 2 hours looking for them. I did ring the guard in it. And I rang the guard, like the missus told me that she seen them, a van and a car going round with their lights on, driving slow and stuff like that, going into the square. So I first off went down by the kind of guard station, out under that blue bridge, back up and around. Then I said, fuck this, I'm going into the square. So before I went into the square, parked at the square car park. Then I flew down to the opposite side where the Lewis was, couldn't see it. Went into the square, walked right through the square, couldn't see it. And then I came back out. And then I went into Atlas and then the Circle K about footage and all. So the guards know about it and stuff, like, but fuck me, man. Like, he was in the eye line of my daughter, like, and even twice my daughter said, Daddy, why is he looking at me? Like, so he probably thought he was in the shop and left just the window open and her in the back of the car. And then he obviously went to grab her, like, you know what I mean? Fucking bullying, I am. Bullying. Twice my daughter said, Daddy, why is he looking at me? Like, so he probably thought he was in the shop and left just the window.
I share that whole voice message with you now. Everybody in the Tala area and the surrounding areas, you
Wow. Oh, God. Booker T. Booker T, I saw a Muslim lesbian today wearing the veil. I am now very confused. I'm not joking. Every day now something's happening. Yeah, it's a couple of times a day now. Michael John is gunning for you tonight, Paul. Yeah, cheers. Peak beneath the veil. Gardaí out in force today in City Centre at all Lewis stops. Had at least 4 security, all in stab gear. Billy Bogus lost my Facebook again. Sheepdog. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The one thing I never accept is being disrespected in my own country. Be either kit or kin. And especially not a fucking foreigner. Yeah, I agree with you. Looked like military, they did. Yeah. Guards seem to be permanently in the square lately. Last 3 times I've been there, guards are there. It's mental. Like, I've said this umpteen times, I'm going to say it again. The guards are bearing the brunt of this. They know what's going on. Shame on them for not speaking up and coming and helping us. I'm being honest with you. They know we are right. They know everything we're saying is happening. They know I'm right in what I'm saying. Anthony's right. You know, Malachy, Gavin, everybody, it's right in what we're saying. Yet they're still coming after us and they're saying this about us and we're this and we're that. And they'd rather charge us with false charges or they'd rather try and lock us up to keep us quiet than actually talk about the real issue. Like, as I said, they're bearing the brunt. Like, how many amount of squad cars did you see last Friday night doing the raid in the iPad Centre on Dorset Street there or down Hardwick Street? Parnell Square it was, somewhere there. It was ridiculous. And this is every night. There's a stabbing in town or something else happens in town or this video circulating there from last Sunday as well. We didn't play them. Of someone's actually stabbing someone, another foreigner in Abbey Street. This is 3 and 4 times a day, people. It really has to stop. I've never seen so many. Where the guard are armed? No, our guards aren't armed. Only the armed response. Good evening, all. How are you, Emma? How's things? Jeez, we're going up now again. Half of the chat's comments aren't even showing on chat. And you know, I'm putting up what I can here now. I'm putting up. Yeah, I can't see Sheepdog's comments. Hold on, let me see. Can I get it? There's Sheepdog there. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The one thing I never accept is being disrespected in my own country, be either kit or kin, and especially not a fucking foreigner. There you go. Boycott all vape shops and that are popping up in every town. I was in Carlow last weekend, and Jesus Christ, there's plenty of them in Carlow, isn't there? Yeah.
I know. Any amount of them.
Those who turn a blind eye must feel guilty. Yes. They prefer to bear the brunt rather than unleash the backlash, Paul. Yeah, it's, you know, they're watching, like listen, I used to drink with 2 guards, right? They were related to my ex's family. And like we'd be down on holidays. I mean, I'd be drinking with them. They were nice guys. They were lovely guys. They used to agree with the things that I did. You know what I mean? And like they're high enough up now. You know what I mean? These guys agree with you one day, and yet they'll stand in. I'm not saying they will. I don't know whether they did or not. Like, you know what I mean? But like, it's happening with a lot of guards here now. They're telling you one thing and they're saying one thing to someone else, and then they'll stand in riot gear with their mask, with their face covered, and bash Irish people. Like, that's not how it works, lads. Like, you're either with us or you're not with us. Like, you made a note to uphold the law for the public. You know what I mean? Not for the government. You know what I mean? And by you letting this happen, this is what you'll be remembered for. I'll probably be remembered as being a mouthpiece and someone who got locked up for doing whatever. But you'll always be remembered for the guys who sold out this country. That's what you'll be remembered for. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. The vape shop, Lewis, is over. What does that say? People need to be saying the rosary. Yeah, the more praying it and the country will help us. Yeah, look like the riot squad. Yeah, Lewis is over. They're all puppets. They are all puppets. What's happening in the UK? What's happening in Ireland is the same in the UK and Europe. Muslims have already told me they will attack all non-Muslims. Traitors, Paul, traitors. They're all traitors. Yeah, every one of them. All right, I think we go with a video. No, yeah. I'll tell you what I want to do.
Let's moving on.
Okay, I think. No, I'll do Ava's at 10 o'clock. Okay. And boom, 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 boom.
There's loads of stuff. Like, I mean, there's Nick Delahanty and Melissa Coomney and the whole lot. There's loads.
All right, I'll do Nick Delahanty there now. Yeah. It's only a few minutes long.
Can I just say one thing on carbon taxes?
Yeah.
Before we move on, and I do want to talk about Kenilworth Square, but what people don't realize is carbon taxes were, very much a green initiative, and they're out of government now. But what people don't realize is that we're only halfway through the carbon tax agenda. So we're now on 70 euros per ton of CO2. That's the tax. Okay. But by 2030, the goal is to get to 100 euros per ton of CO2, and that'll be the tax. So it's about to go up by another 41%. Carbon taxes are going to go up another 40% over the next 4 years. And nobody's talking about that. And why is it that Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael are going along with that? So it's not just that it's here, it's about to get worse.
I mean, is there this? I should know. Is there any party that's like, we are definitely going to dump these carbon taxes?
Aint to in a bit talk talk about the carbon tax a lot. Patrick Dubin, I think it's because Patrick Dubin drives in from Navan into Dublin every day. But I'm on the roads as well. But when he talks about, ban the tolls, congestion, all that, it's like music to my ears, because it's like, yes, somebody is saying it. When you're on the M50 every day or on the M1 and you're paying these tolls and you're sitting in traffic, what are you getting for it? The cost of diesel has just gone up. That's like, what are we doing? What's it all for?
Well, yeah.
So it'll be here by 2040. I was told yesterday by someone that they were going to abolish the carbon tax or drop it down, cut it in half. Don't know how
Who
true
told you
that
that?
is. A guy that actually works in the Dáil. He's a chef, and he said this is
Right.
what he had
Where
heard.
did you hear it from?
Obviously in the Dáil. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I've spoken out about the carbon tax on several occasions, and I've always classed it as the hidden tax because a lot of people don't realise it's there. But it impacts everything, all your fuel, your heat and oil, your deliveries into businesses. Like the tax at the moment on petrol is 65%, and on diesel it's 60%. That's going to the government. But there's no proper explanation. I was even looking it up today. There's no proper explanation as to what the carbon tax is being used on. Like, where is all that money going? You know, it's saying it's bringing in about 1 billion annually, but where is it going?
Yeah.
And like,
Where is
there's
it
no
going?
good.
That's
There's
the
no
thing,
good.
yeah.
Just Hannah Tobin is speaking about it. Loads of others need to be speaking about it.
Yeah. Geez, I'm missing loads of comments there. I couldn't be bothered with multiple accounts, sheepdog. Yeah, I'm the same. We've only one account. One account. Fitzy Dub. That's me. Climate change. CC equals 33. Yeah. Saw diesel Kilkenny today. Kilkenny City today with 212. 208. I seen it in Dublin here today. Everywhere I went today was, and petrol is still 184. Anyone who has
Yeah,
my
we
brother
were
has
up
a
at
petrol
yeah,
today.
we were up at 180, so 187 I think it was today.
Yeah,
So
smoke should be €8 a pack, yet we pay 20. It's true, yeah. I did one galley rider as I saw the tricks. Did you see what happened in Manchester? 2 Muslims on horseback. Seen it, using the horses against the protesters. The police did nothing. I did see it. Yeah, they were going around telling people they weren't allowed to drink and they couldn't dress in mini skirts. And yeah. Drive on my mother, she was, yeah. It's everything, not just fuel. Yeah, everything is right. Gas bottle gone up from 31 to 38. Yeah, it's true. I went and got one today. Yeah. Irexa. Yeah, Poland. Yeah, I'm all for Irexa. Good evening. My gas bill came in yesterday, €500. Friends was €600.
my
Fucking
gosh,
madness.
that's unbelievable.
We're paying the most in Europe. We are paying the most
Yeah,
in Europe.
which we paid the highest on everything, so it doesn't matter what it is. It's the highest on
Yeah, we're being
everything.
robbed blind. Yeah.
Going actually to the one that's labelled Iceland and Ireland versus Ireland. That's actually quite good.
Right, go on, I'll play that.
This is Iceland and this is Ireland. Let's compare. In 2008, 3 major Icelandic banks collapsed within days. The same week, Ireland's 6 major banks were also collapsing. Iceland let the banks fail and later jailed around 30 bankers. Ireland chose a different path. They bailed out the banks and shifted the cost to taxpayers. Iceland recovered by 2012 and exceeded pre-crisis output in 2014. Ireland recovered too, but more on paper than in reality. Its GDP was inflated by multinational companies using the country as a tax shelter.
There you go now.
There you go. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
As long as it's easy to come to Ireland and get a house and handouts, the more replaced we become, and this government has no interest in becoming stricter. All about money. Ireland is third world dream, yes. And speaking of foreigners getting houses, Patrick Quinlan tried to table a motion there the other day that foreigners cannot buy houses and they can't avail of these services and the whole lot, and not one person seconded it. So, he's fighting a losing battle,
who is up there with him?
Nobody.
Well, then nobody's going to second it. Sure, he'd know that.
Yeah, nobody. There's none of them. No matter what he puts out, no matter what he says, and they all know it's true. That's the sickening part of it. And they won't. Nobody will go with him.
Yeah.
Like one of the lads did a couple of months ago on something, and then when it came to the vote, he didn't put his hand up. Yeah, so it's Iceland rocks. We'll be getting a foil blanket. Yeah. And taxpayers' money has never been repaid by the banks. I know that. Yeah, corrupt Irish government these bailout the bankers using Irish taxpayers' money. Yeah. You live in Manchester. You know how messed up many full of Islam, LGBTQ plus trans PDF drug dealers. The city is not like it used to be. I've only ever been to Manchester for football matches. You have to pay to keep the puppets in government and their style. Trump knows all this. Good. Well, I'm hoping Trump gets in contact with us so he can help us out, to be honest with you. My family are from Wicklow originally, I told you. Blessington and up the mountains. Stop talking. We could be related, love. Yeah, New Zealand banned foreign buyers and Ireland needs to do the same. Yes, exactly. I agree. And we have a policy in Ireland Force that stops that. Yeah, we have. We've lots of policies in Ireland Force, and we will be back in the coming weeks. Don't you worry. Back in the 80s and 90s, our government sold their offshore rights to Shell, especially off the coast of Mayo. Okay, I'm going to go with, as I said, it was Ava's birthday, Ava O'Brien's birthday yesterday. And there was a little video put together for her, and I'm just going to play it. So, yeah, where is it? Yeah, I have it here. So I'm going to play this, and we will come back and talk about it in the next few minutes.
A true Celtic warrior, fire in her belly and her heart. No challenge was greater than she could bear. A soldier in her journey, from the beginning to the end. The aching hearts left behind, struggling to mend. She left her mark on all our lives, for her courage and her grace. The golden light shines bright, so peaceful upon her beautiful full face. We will feel her in a summer's breeze and find her in a wave at sea, for energy is never dies. Like her, a powerful gem in all of our eyes. She will be ours, all so gone too soon, and together they'll unite. They will mind her while she waits for us. She no longer needs to fight. So rest easy, our vibrant warrior. Keep painting that comforting sky. You're free now for eternity. Forever up so
I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, a forest choir. The flames have cooled, don't get any higher. they've withered now, they've gone. But I'm steady thinking my way's clear, and I know what I will do tomorrow. When the hands have shaken, the kisses flowed, then I will disappear. Let me tell you that I love you, that I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home.
That was, I'll be honest with you, I had to come off the screen there. I was filling up there, to be honest with you. I'm just going to read what that was actually put up by Ferg. Happy heavily 18th birthday, Ava. For Martin, Katrina, and James. When tomorrow starts without me and I'm not there to see, if the sun should rise and find your eyes filled with tears for me, I wish so many you wouldn't cry the way you did today while thinking of the many things we didn't get to say. I know how much you love me as much as I love you. Every and each time that you think of me, I know you'll miss me too. When tomorrow starts without me, don't think we're far apart. For every time you think of me, I'm right there in your heart. Today is a celebration of Ava's life and all the joy, love, and laughter that she brought to both her family and friends. Big thank. I was Jerry Delaney. Big thanks to Jerry Delaney for putting this video together for me and incorporating some of Ava's favourite songs. And to Martin O'Brien, Ava's dad, for entrusting me and honouring me her memory on such a special occasion. Let the little children come to me, and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these. Matthew 19:14. Loved with a love beyond all telling, missed for all great tears. God bless Ava. So yeah, thank you very much. That was nice, Ferg. I have to say that was. Yeah. Rest in peace, little angel. Yeah. God bless little angel.
It was very well put together now. It's lovely.
Very well put together. Jer's the man to do. Yeah, the video's fair play to Jer. Yeah, so that's what I said. You'll never forget RTE told you. Yeah. Maybe walk for Jesus or Father for Rosary or go. Yeah, hardly stay. Now next week we have the walk for from RTE on the 20th, which is a Friday. It's not this Friday, it's the Friday after this Friday. It's Friday the 13th. Ooh. So it's Friday the 20th. So next Friday, if anyone can make it. A few people have said that they would be able to go, but they'll drive from there to the Irish Times or wherever we're meeting. And so I said, yeah, that's cool. Just show up, you know, and we'll walk. I don't mind. I'll walk with the lads. So I might live stream it. So we'll see. Sure, Philip will probably be there live streaming as well. So it doesn't really matter. One of us will be live streaming it. So yeah. So if you can make that on the 20th, I think it's at 11 a.m. to walk into town, 5K into town for the excess deaths, to show the excess deaths. And please bring something, which is a flower, a cross, anything at all, and just leave it there to let them see, or even a picture of a loved one who died. So yeah, please, people, if you can, that's what we do. Craig, thanks to Jerry Delaney for doing the video for me. Those songs were some of Ava's favourite songs. We had to incorporate them in the video for her birthday. Justice for Ava, justice for all. Yeah. Well done, Jerry. Well done, Ferg. Fair play to you. Rest in peace, Angel. A beautiful life taken so soon, and broken hearted for her parents. Happily heavenly birthday. Yeah. Ferg is the kind of guy you want to be a friend of, and vice versa. I'd imagine. I am a friend of his, and he's a friend of mine. Yeah, so yeah, I'm glad to say he is my friend. You know, to lose a child is heartbreaking, but to lose a child was something that was pointless and lies is criminal. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking for his power. Bless you, sheepdog. Oh, okay. I'm just going to announce that there now. We were supposed to have a lady on with us. We did advertise this, who I suppose, no point in talking about it, is there? We'll have her on Sunday or something.
I'm gonna talk to her in the morning. So our son isn't well this evening, so
that's grand.
It's medical issues that she had, so she was going to come on and talk to us about it. So I'm going to give her a call in the morning, and hopefully we get her on Sunday evening instead.
But she had to go out of the country, didn't she? For her
she had health issues, and she had to go out and get looked after, and things did not go well, and she's just getting no help and support back here because they couldn't help her initially. So, but look, I'll talk to her in the morning anyway, and we'll see, can we get her on Sunday?
Yeah. How are you, Paul and Orla? And how's your chest been keeping since stop smoking, Jake? I'm back on the smokes, Jake. I'm back on the smokes months. But I'm gonna go back off them again because they're been killing me. Yeah. Fergus Power. Yeah, God bless you. Yeah.
Okay.
Fergus Power, I just know good people, and I know you are all the way. I know you all the way from America. The best of people. You just know. Yeah. True. There you go. Yeah, I'm glad he's in my corner as well. Somebody for in, I'll go on Ferg in my corner. Yeah, I'm glad he's in my corner. Okay. So happy birthday, Ava. Fair play to her.
Right. Do you want to play the one that's labeled the digital ID for children? Now this is over in the UK, but I came across it on TikTok and I just thought it was good to share.
We go with this one.
The UK government is trying to confiscate your children, and they're doing it right under our noses. Because Keir Starmer is currently forcing through the Children's Wellbeing and Schools Bill. And although it sounds harmless, it's not. Now, I've covered the ins and outs of this bill before, explaining the ways it takes control away from parents and gives it to the state. But what I didn't go into enough detail on was the single unique identifier, aka SUI, aspect of it. A part of the bill mandates that all children have a single consistent identifier, such as a number, a code, or facial recognition, effectively making it a de facto digital ID. And if you don't comply, there are fears that the children could be confiscated at birth and you could even face imprisonment. So while we celebrate yesterday's news that Keir Starmer is making the digital IDs for adults optional for now, his primary target has been our kids all along. He wants to know who they are, where they are, what they're doing, what they're eating, and what they think at all times. The intention is clear. He wants to pervert the impressionable and vulnerable minds of the youth into believing whatever he says, so that when they become adults, they are so far indoctrinated that they actually believe that he and his party have the best interests of the UK at heart. So I've got a message for Keir Starmer. I know what you're doing. I'm going to make sure that the British people also know what you're doing. You can take as many videos of mine down as you like, but we are going to continue sharing the truth and the fact. There's a tidal wave coming, Keir Starmer. Your time in number 10 is up. Stay the fuck away from our kids. And if you agree, drop a follow, stay vigilant, and I'll see you tomorrow.
My kids have Revolut already. You know what I mean? So that's a digital ID. You know what I mean? You know, you only hear from them.
This is what it's all about. It's trying to get the children and get them young, do you know? And then you see, the way it'll work then is if they have to do anything online like that, then they're going to need the parents' input as well. So you're hitting two birds with one stone. But this is what it's all about, plowing ahead for the digital ID.
That's what they're trying to do. They're bringing in. Listen, this is coming in, guys, whether you like it or not. It's definitely coming in. Kids already, child Pied Piper, yeah.
No, but it doesn't mean it's coming in. We need mass non-compliance. That's what we need.
I agree.
You can try and bring it in all they want, but if people turn around and say, no, it can't be brought in. We don't need everybody. We just need a good percentage to say no. Simple as that. There's a lot of people waking up in Europe to what's going on. You know, we just need a few more people in Ireland to stand up and say, no, they can't bring anything in. They wouldn't have brought in those lockdowns. They wouldn't have brought in the masks. They wouldn't have brought in any of that if people had stood up and said, no. Simple as that.
Kids already have a health number. It's just a way of getting digital ID. Eventually, all kids will have one if he gets his way. It's true. Should we
Oh, so they're
PPS
going
number?
they want to go full steam ahead with everything, like, do you know what I mean?
Our
So that
PPS number is like a barcode, for Jesus' sake. That's everything is connected.
we have identification, we have a passport, we have a driving license, or the majority of us do. We have a PPS number. We don't need any more IDs. We've got enough. But then you see, that's not part of the, you know, they've got this hidden agenda, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, Jake. Mass non-compliance. We don't need everybody in the country. That's what people think. Everyone thinks, oh, to wake up. We don't. We just need a good majority. It was like the time they were trying to bring it in the UK, and there was a big petition, and over 3 million people signed it, and they had to squash it for the time being because there wasn't, you know, there wasn't, they couldn't get enough to go along with it. And that's it. Like, I can see Etna there, like, saying, you know, once you have over 50%, you've over half. You know, they can't control all of us.
Yeah, but most kids have Revolut because at least parents can see where they're spending their money. They don't feel safe carrying cash, unfortunately. Yeah, I know, and that's why my kids.
I still give my daughter cash. Now, she does have a Revolut card, but I still give her cash, and I try and get her to use cash
when I have cash. They get cash, but if it's in my Revolut, I'll send it in because I'm not living with them. I'm stuck over here, so I can't be there. Yeah. Children need to be kept away from mobile phones and internet-enabled devices.
Well, look, unfortunately, that's Michael,
unfortunately, that's the way where we live now. Sorry, I mean the head of the nail. Yeah. Never offer advice. Never offer advice, only solutions. Otherwise, you a problem as far as I'm concerned. Sound harsh, I know. People need to learn to think first and less of the weak, meek crap. Did you know, lads, since the Magna Carta laws over 800 years ago, they have now got rid of trial by jury of your peers. Now it's just judges. Yeah. 18-year-olds offered €100 culture card to spend on entertainment if they sign up in Ireland. Seriously, I didn't know that, Sarah. Didn't know that at all. Before you know it, you put chips into newborn babies. Yeah, I agree with you. And I see Bill Gates talking about the ones coming in illegally have nothing. 51% of the Irish population needed. Exactly, Orla. Mass non-compliance to digital.
Yeah, but that's all we need. We just need a good majority. We don't need everybody. That's what people think. Like, there will be some people you just won't be able to, you won't be able to convince them. There's nothing we can do. We just carry on with the people we have, But there is a lot of us that are awake to what's going on, But it's like everything. It's stand up for everything. Like, do you want to play Melissa's video on the road tax? Like, and now she is talking about up the north, but still, it'll warrant for here as well.
Yeah, it's 6 years today in the north since we went into lockdown. I had a discussion with a friend today. Him and I came to the conclusion that people would go ahead with it tomorrow if the government called one. Yeah, it's sad, but I honestly think some people would just go along rather than fight. You've hit the nail on the head there. You really have. And it was tomorrow we went into lockdown, the 12th of March. Tomorrow, 6 years ago, when my whole life went from hero to zero. Yeah.
I'm actually sorry. I'm not laughing at Christine's comment. I could just see Galloway's comment there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I went from being the best dad in the world to being a far right, racist, bigot, anti-vaxxer. It's just mental the way everything turned in the last 6 years. Like, in the 3 years of that just went mental. If you try and make everything multicultural, you end up with no culture at all. Yes. Mm. I reckon we unleash order against the imams. Bet they would shite themselves. Yeah. I'll be there. Beautiful, open and honest with your kids and explain the danger. That's exactly what I do. I walked into my house last week and the door was open. Well, not my house, where I used to live. And I'm sick telling them to lock the door. I said, even if you're sitting there during the day, I said,
lock the door. No, they have to lock the doors.
I said, you have to lock the door. And my ex just... Dad's being a dad again. He's all woo, woo, woo. So 2 weeks ago, I was in there and I went in. I said, guys, the door's open again. I said, he's not realised. I said, it was the day after that child was nearly raped in our house in Dunshaughlin. Now, Dunshaughlin is not far from where I am. You know what I mean? It's only down the bleeding road. And I said it to him and she started doing whatever. And Kira said, but Mum, did you hear about the girl that was... And she looks and says, oh, Dad is telling you this again. I said, I'm telling you the truth. I said, this is what happened. And then lo and behold, 2 days later, it's all over the paper. Like, you know what I mean? But that's just being
Yeah.
mad, you know what I mean? But I will tell people, please, people, as soon as you get in your car, if you have the function on it to automatically lock when you start driving, put that function on, or lock your car as soon as you get in. I don't care. Like, they could just open the door, grab a child. By the time you're out, they're gone. You know what I mean? So make sure your cars are always locked. Make sure your hall doors are always locked, especially if your kids stay there on their own. I know a lot of us have 14, 15, 16-year-old kids that come and go. If one of them girls is stuck in the house on their own and that door is open and somebody comes in there, that's it. It's lights out. It's good night, Vienna. You know what I mean? So people, please, please, please lock your doors. You don't know who's walking around.
We always lock our door here the whole time because we know that there's people coming into houses that trying doors.
Listen,
So,
Orla,
not safe.
there's that many fuckers going around. Excuse my French here, but there's that many people going around with these iPads. That's all they need to do is to get an iPad and knock on doors. They know who's there then, and you know what I mean? And they're in the house. So, lads, please be very, very vigilant, and especially around Clontarf, please be vigilant as well. I can't accommodate multi. We love you, Orla. Jesus, we love you, Orla. Yeah.
He's just jealous. Michael John will be in now saying he loves Paul. So
yeah, I really do think more people would fight if more today than then. I do think there would be, but unfortunately, it'll be all of us then, you know, with a handful of others. I think my life completely changed since COVID, good and bad, out with the old and in with the new. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, I do. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been through a lot of shit over the last 7 years now because of this, and if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I'm being honest with you, because like the truth is the truth. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? It is like you can't unsee what you've seen. You know, I recall when COVID started, I felt a deep sense of sadness and heartache. Yeah, listen, George is closed. Lockdowns taught me to trust nobody. The way people go on, yeah, Fergus Power, you're more than vindicated now, Paolo. There are no fucking conspiracy theories left right so far about everything, and we didn't want to be. And we did say this at the start. I remember talking at the Custom House, and I remember saying, I don't want us to be right. I really don't want us to be right, but this is the way it's going. And here we are now, and we've been vindicated. Yeah, we have. Yeah, you're right.
What's that saying? What's that saying when they say, what's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth?
6 months. Yeah, a few months, yeah. Emma Lamb.
We've actually ran out of conspiracy theories now.
Yeah. Emma Lamb, very few people stood against it when it was brought in, and I had a baby on the 20th, and it was a horrible experience as himself wasn't allowed in, etc., which it should have been a happy experience. The government and these lockdowns destroyed so many people and families. It's horrible. Yeah, I agree with you. I had a nephew who was born during the lockdown as well. It was horrible. I always lock my door and car door. Fair play to you, Mags. And please, I'm urging everyone, keep doing it. Started with the animals. My dog had a chip and a passport and all our vaccines. Guys, we used to have dogs years ago that grew up with us from 2 or 3 years of age up until we were about 18 or 19. These dogs were wild dogs. I'm not saying wild dogs, but they were their mates. These dogs used to go, and we'd go off hunting or we'd go off down the fields. These dogs would come with us. Nobody actually owned these dogs, you know what I mean? But these dogs live forever. No vaccines, eating shite. I'm not saying shite, but they'd be eating scraps off tables and wherever you could get food, that's what they'd be doing. But these dogs live forever. And then all of a sudden we start giving them vaccines. They start getting tumors. The dog's legs don't work anymore. They get epilepsy. It's like, come on, lads. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to see what's going on here. You know what I mean? Vaccines are not good. They're not tested properly. Okay. Yeah, yes, Sam. I'm absolutely sick of telling me ma to keep the front door and back door locked, even during the day. Can't trust these new royals. I stay locked 24/7. Yeah, I agree with you. Michael, me too scared, not of the virus, but the madness of people. Yeah, 100%. If you try my door, you're in the news. Yeah, only takes 1 or 2 minutes to kidnap a child. Straight into the car and gone. I know, mate. I know. And some of these housing estates, they're like a ghost town during the day. You know what I mean? So these fellas could be knocking as delivery drivers or as whatever. You know what I mean? Is this the house? And then the kid is grabbed and gone. It's no good looking on your Ring doorbell, seeing your kid getting dragged into a bleeding van. You know. When I drive, every minute it hit, or the very minute, yeah, mine is the same, Angie. Yeah, mine is the same. That's exactly the way mine is. Yeah, I actually set it to that because the kids, you'd lock it and then the kids would open it and it'd be, yeah, say happy birthday to Emma Lamb. Happy birthday, Emma Lamb.
Happy birthday, Emma.
21 again, are we?
21 again.
What?
Yeah. 21 again, Emma.
21 again.
Like
Happy
the rest
birthday,
of us.
Emma. Yeah, happy birthday. If people can at all light a candle in a church and say a prayer, the manifestation of the collective is powerful. Yeah, I do. I do go over to the church the odd day and do a Glasgow Central Station burnt down over an illegal vape shop. Dublin is a powder keg. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you. I've said this all along. This is a powder keg just waiting to explode. Telling you now, the military has been wakened by being purged of real patriots. Our military here is gone woke. Gone woke. I know a guy who left who said, listen, he had to go in and do a diversity course. And he said, your man said, listen, I'm a soldier. I'm a killer. He says, I'm not here to bleed and please gays and transgenders. He said, I'm sorry. He said, no. And the chap left. He was a good man. He was a good soldier. A lot of soldiers have left the Irish Army because of that. And listen, the guy who's in the UN now, is he the head man there now? He's the wokest person in the army. Seen a video of a mum in America and she locks her kid with a hook thing so nobody can pull them out of the shopping trolley. Yeah. I have two.
Barry Walsh has a question there for me, so if you want to throw that up.
Barry Walsh, isn't it ironic? Conspiracy theory always ends. No, can't be right. I won't take a vaccine, therefore my dogs don't need one. I agree with you. Leftists are having a go at women during COVID for having babies during lockdown. Yeah. Christine Walsh, sometimes I just wish I could go back when I was ignorant about the whole thing and knew no better. You are so right, Paul. Once you see it, you can't go back. Yeah, it's, you know, I have a family member who's taking Ozempic and everything now at the minute, and I'm seeing all the stuff coming out of the States through the doctors with Ozempic, and you just people just don't listen to you.
Like, huge side effects, but look, there's nothing we can do.
Yeah. The power of the Lord Jesus Christ Almighty, first and foremost, and suit of God.
Did you find Barry's question?
Going down. My dogs have no vaccines. Barry, Orla, a question. Do you vaccinate your cats? Just asking. Well, you don't.
My own, no, I don't. They were initially done, but no, I don't anymore. And I have two dogs, and no with them either. The only thing is when they're done through the fostering, that's part of the rules, because obviously I'm not keeping them. But I have a friend who does homeopathy, and I get the remedies of horse, so I give them to the kittens. So it just acts that there's no kind of side effects. Do you know what I mean? But for my own, no, I don't. And I have noticed, I'm doing this a few years now, and I have noticed a difference in the kittens getting their shots from a few years ago to now.
Yeah.
There always seems to be some form of side effect afterwards, where there didn't seem to be beforehand. You might get it the odd time, but it's the same kind of in humans. What I've noticed is, say that little injury to their leg, right? And it seems to be gone, and then they get their shots, and all of a sudden the limp or whatever is back again, or they've got the cat flu comes back again. It's like what it seems to be doing in humans, damaging the immune system. But
and you get worse every time they get another dose.
Yeah, well, you see, I wouldn't know that because they go for adoption then, you know. But you see, the rules of all rescues is they have to get their vaccines, you know. But when they're your own, then you see, you have to. My cats are inside cats, so they don't go outside, because you see, unneutered males are a big issue. They'll fight with. It doesn't matter whether your cats are neutered or not. An unneutered male will fight with any other cat, and they can cause quite a lot of injuries. So it's safer for mine to be inside.
Okay. I don't know where did that. I want to go with the Revolut. So I just want to put up the Revolut there. Just going to pop this up here for a second. If you can buy as a coffee, please do. I'll just put that up there so as you can pop that in there if you want. Please do. I'm just going to find the name here, because somebody every Sunday they send a few quid and it doesn't come through because it tells you that it's not coming. It tells me it didn't come through. So I'm just gonna have a look there now and just let me check something there.
Chris Bourne, I see that comment.
See y'all. Okay. No, it did tell me. Marie, if Marie is listening, yeah, your payment doesn't come through on the Revolut. If you want to do it through the thing there, I'll just put it into the comments there. You can buy a coffee through that. The Revolut doesn't seem to be coming through. And fair play to the people up north as well that sent a few quid in as well last week. Fair play to everyone. It's actually paying for this. It's paying for this now. I don't have to pay for this now. I'm getting the 89 quid every month now from people putting it in. Fair play to everyone that does.
Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks very much. Saves us paying for it.
Let me just stop sharing that. Yeah. Does everyone like the background? Yeah. It looks good, doesn't it? My cats are indoor. Nothing gets past you or off, don't we know? Think it's a bit late for that. Yeah, too late, Chris. Yeah. Don't say that.
Right, do you want us to go up Melissa's one on the road tax?
Yes. Let's go with that. Bada bing, bada boom.
£345 to tax this glorified go-kart. Why? Because it emits 180 grams of CO2 per kilometre. Well, guess what? The average adult emits about 100 grams per kilometre just by walking. That means when Agnes and I go for our daily walk together, we emit more CO2 than my car per kilometre. I'm old enough to remember when there were just 2 car tax bans, under and over a 1600 engine. Now there are 13 bans. This nonsense, supposedly to save the planet, was brought in 2001, but car manufacturers quickly adopted improving CO2 figures, and that pushed cars into lower bands again. Tax revenue failed, the government couldn't have that, so in 2017 the system was overhauled, which resulted in them raising more tax than ever before. Just imagine all the money they have taken from us in the past 25 years to cool the planet. You'd expect results, right? Well, the result is that the planet is apparently getting warmer. So what's the solution to that? Taxes harder, luxury car tax on electric vehicles, even higher vehicle excise duty. Do you ever wonder why you're paying road tax to begin with? I mean, you already pay fuel duty. About 65% of what you pay for petrol or diesel is tax. So the more you drive, the more you emit, the more you pay. It's pretty logical and fair, right? So why do we need road tax? I mean, it's not ring-fenced for road maintenance. It's just another layer of general taxation. Fuel tax is a tax for using a car. Road tax is a tax for owning a car. Now, what happens when they apply the same principle to homes instead of cars? A home carbon tax, say, based on your energy performance certificate. Nearly 80% of UK homes are built before 1980. So it's safe to say they are not energy efficient. Do you think the government haven't thought about this taxation goldmine? It's time to recognise the game for what it is. Taxation pretending to be virtue. And we need to refuse to let it take any more from us under the banner of saving the planet. Because if we don't, someday in the not too distant future, you will realise all of your assets have been taxed out of your ownership.
Right, she's excellent, Melissa. She's brilliant, and she's such a lovely woman to talk to. I had the pleasure of meeting her over in Brussels, and she's just lovely, like, you know. And she's so intelligent. But Barry was asking a question there. Do you think that our dogs would be healthier without vaccination? I don't know enough, Barry, to be totally honest with you. I would be worried about the rabies shots, because there is some doctors out there have said that the same amount is given to a dog, whether it's a big dog or a small dog, which doesn't make any sense. Why are you giving the same amount? And that has been quite a lot of side effects to the rabies shots. So I don't know. My own dogs haven't been done in the last couple of years. I did have a dog who died last year, but he was nearly 17. He had a brain tumor. but he didn't get any shots in the last couple of years either, but he did get them before that. But to me, what I think is there seems to be some sort of a change. I don't know whether it's the case that they're adding more into it, but there seems to be, like the kittens, there seems to be some sort of a change where they're getting more side effects. There's load of dogs now, you're hearing about them all coming down with epilepsy and these fits and turbo cancers and all this. Like, again, where did you ever hear this happening before? But I don't know enough about it because there's not too many vets speaking about it.
Yeah. Melissa, I think, is an economist. She is brilliant and was during COVID as well. Yeah, she was. Yeah. She was very good.
She's very knowledgeable. Yeah. She's excellent.
Yeah, they will not ban the LGBTQ plus trans movement. They will if enough of us get out, because this is just a fad. This is bullshit. They're making this look like it's good, and it's not good. You know, this was built on lies. You know what I mean? The first trans child died, I think. You know what I mean? And they said it was a great success. It wasn't a great success. It was mental. The child should have been in a mental institution. He shouldn't have been. You know, we'll speak about that another night. Don't worry. I grew up on diesel fumes from my dad's MF65. I used to work on coal lorries, and I used to stand at the back of it. I love the smell of diesel burning. I really do. Carbon taxes are simply money laundering. Irony is the China's CO2 emitting. Coal-based power stations are helping the world to flourish. However, it's nature. That's 37%, 97+% the site CO2 levels, not mankind. Yeah.
But this is what I mean. They're harping on about carbon tax or climate change and all this, but yet China's building loads and loads of coal burners. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. Do you know?
Yeah, I'm just going to read them alarm there. The tax on an 08 7-seater is 795, and she's bang on because I had one. I had an 09 Santa Fe, a 7-seater Santa Fe, and that's what it was, 795. It would have been 1220 if it had been an 08. I think, no, it was an 07. It would have been 1220 because of the O2 emissions were higher. So it was only in 08, I think, that they cut the emissions. So that was 795, yeah. Horrible. And yet a 9-seater bus, 161, is 400 quid tax and same insurance. Yeah, it's crazy.
But do you remember, like, we'd say there was some of these, we'll say, environmental, we'll say, I can't remember what they were now. And there were these are all, powered and all this by energy and all that. Or, wind turbines or whatever. And they weren't. They would round the back and find out that they were powered by diesel generators.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is just hypocritical, like.
It's the greatest
scam. You can't be building
ever.
coal power stations and everything like that, and then going on about climate change.
Yeah, or years ago, dogs, to my mind, didn't get vaccinations. Makes you wonder. Yeah, they didn't.
I think, not in my time, I don't remember. Now, they probably did in recent years, but I don't know whether there's an increase in them. I don't know, because again, as I said, there's not too many vets.
When I was growing up as a kid, when you got a dog, all you had to do was you had to get it the Stemper, the parvo injection to stop it getting the Stemper.
Well, look, parvo is a very serious, it's a very serious virus for puppies, and it does kill a lot of puppies. It's the same as the kittens. It's equivalent in the kittens. It's called panleukopenia in kittens, and it has a very high death rate. I had 3 kittens in this house a couple of years, or not in this house, but like a couple of years ago, die on me from it. And the funny thing is, one of them was vaccinated against it, still got it, still died, so it wasn't worth the crap.
Yeah, that guy Eddie Powell, as you're saying, if you go back to before we joined the euro, a taxi was roughly £1 a mile. Now many are paying €1 per mile to run a vehicle. Yeah, I remember when I was driving a taxi in 95 to 99. Usually, if you put a tenner's worth of juice in the car, you got 100 miles. So 100 miles would be it would be £1 a mile. You get 100 miles. You used to get 100 miles. So if you put 30 quid worth of car diesel in the car, you were nearly sure of you nearly had to make 300 quid for that 300 miles, that sort of way. And that's how it used to work. There wasn't as many taxis. It was safe. Like, we used to pick up at all hours in the morning, all around the country. And it was brilliant. Like, it's not like now. Like, women aren't safe now. Women don't want to get into these taxis. Women don't want to go with foreigners. You know, yeah, parvo and the odd time worms and ticks. That was all it was, yeah. I once seen an electric car that had to recharge on a road using a diesel generator. It's
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. This is what they're doing. But they're pretending that they're environmentally friendly, and then round the back it's a diesel generator.
Yeah, Paul, and just feed them scraps from the table. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's exactly it. TW25 or soilage. Fortune for road tax. Then you can't park anywhere for a minute without more charges. Yeah. Many of us spoiled the party. TW25. Talking about today, I parked in a car park today to get the show ready because I was out and about and I was stuck in traffic. The M50 was like a car park, so I had to get down through Finglas. So I pulled into a train station car park and like it's the clamping shit, you know. I was there 15 minutes. I had the laptop out and I'm on the boot, I'm on the bonnet and I'm setting up the show, you know, and doing what I had to do just so as Anthony could promote it. And so I'm doing all that. And next thing your man comes in from Apcoa and he sits there and he gets out of the car and then he starts rustling around at this, that, and the other. I stayed there for about 15 minutes just to annoy him, you know what I mean? And then he started to rustle with the chains. I just jumped into the car and I just legged it. I thought, yeah. Obviously, he was watching me on the camera, you know?
Yeah. Let's see. Right, okay.
Michael John Dennis, you keep ignoring my question. I know many gay people who totally are against all the LGBT plus trans movement. So is Michael John.
Yeah, so is Michael John, yeah.
Michael John has stated that on umpteen.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Same with rubbish recycling, yeah. Is there any white taxis left in Ireland? Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. There's a few.
My dad's one and my brother's one, yeah. And Gavin Pepper's one, so I know 3. Protect our dogs and cats. They will bite the ass off a trespass at my cat. Do you know what I'd love? I'd love a little Jack Russell. You know, a little miniature Jack Russell. You know, the little tiny ones, the small little miniature ones. Only about that size. They never grow that big. You know what I mean? They're great for rats and for snakes. And
that's called a Yorkie. We don't have any snakes in this country.
I mean 2-legged snakes. I think cats needs a lot. Yeah, but if anyone has a little jacker, a miniature jacker, I'd love one. I would. It's
Jack Russells are small anyway, so they are.
Yeah, but no, there's jackers and then there's miniature jackers. They're smaller. I seen a fella. I was at the lights at Ashtown today, going through where the train tracks are, and there was a guy walking one. I'm not messing. It was only that size, and it was an adult. You knew it was an adult. You know what I mean? It was a big enough dog, and it knew what to do. It was not even on a lead, just walking around. That's how you know you have a good dog, when you can walk along with that. Sorry, I didn't know. Okay, back in the day, drivers knew when someone needed help and would help for free. That's gone out the window now. Yeah, nobody helps. Paul, I'll give you my one. She's a lunatic, 1-year-old. Is she tiny? If she's a tiny little one, no, I love little jackers. I really do. I have a Jack Russell for you. So friendly, absolutely gorgeous. If you want, here's yours. Listen, hey, I'll have a look at him. Yeah. Fair play to you. Not too depressing.
We've got Irish. There's the Irish bread. There's a video from Tracy O'Mahony as well. And then did you read out as week the one on the Sweden? The one on the Sweden one. Did you read that out?
I think so, yeah. Hold on. What do you want me to get here now? Hold on.
Right. Okay. So there's the bread one, and then there's Tracy O'Mahony as well.
Tracy O'Mahony, is that from last week?
Did you play it?
I didn't play it, no, but is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. There's only one I sent over from Tracy.
Okay, hold on. Let me just...
Yeah.
That Sunday show.
Well, I have it transferred back over again, and then the bread's underneath it.
Yeah, I know. What was the thing of that? You sent it over. You sent it back over, didn't you?
I just resent it back over, yeah.
Just now, this second?
No, earlier on.
Oh, okay.
Or yesterday I sent it.
Tracy O'Mahony. Yeah, I have that. I think I have that from the other day. You sent that to me last week.
Yeah, we didn't play it.
Yeah, hold on. Tracy O'Mahony. Yeah. Just like, I have it there. That's what I'm saying. I don't need to pull it back down. I knew I had it there. I'm just pulling it down. He done a digital ID for children. I just want to play the git, right? The git is funny. I'm just going to play this. This is just a bit of satire. Fishing for gumps.
I was bored yesterday evening, so I said I'd go fishing. Nothing better than casting out a line and seeing what forest gump types you can catch. The line? Anytime someone calls you a racist, notice how they never call you a liar. And to nobody's surprise, they took the bait. You're a racist, a liar and a loser. And I said, provide evidence of these lies. One will suffice. I'll wait. I'm still waiting, but I am a patient man. You're a racist, a liar, bald and ginger. Will you tell me a little about this baldness that you're talking about, please? Hi Mick, you're a racist, you're a liar, you're a fool, you're a despicable cunt. Get a job. I have a job, but do provide evidence of one of these lies. Back your claim with evidence. You're hardly lying now, are you? That would be foolish in a post where you're calling another a fool. Oh, do tell Mick, who employs you? One of these lies, one. Yes, provide evidence of just one lie. It should be a doddle, should it not? I'll tell no NPC who employs me, but I certainly do work. I receive weekly payslips for that exact reason. Stop digging, you fool. Just provide the evidence. Are you all ready for this big lie? There's one. This man's name is Alan Shatter. For you to refer to him using his ancestor's surname is a lie. He was born Alan Shatter. He has never called himself anything other than Alan Shatter. So to call him Jankel Sachnin is a lie. Let's roll the clip. This is Mr. Jankel Sachnin, or to use his legal name, Mr. Shatter. Oh, you got me. I'm a big bad liar. The end? No. He went on to then share my video and tag Alan Shatter and say, I understand you're a liar, a fairly litigious one. I believe Mr. Michael Brazel here is attempting to defame you using anti-Semitic tropes. Mr. Brazel asks for donations for his content, insists he's employed and was kind enough to post evidence. Go get him. Oh no, a video of the failures of an ex-government minister is anti-Semitic just because he's a Jew. I honestly think this is very funny. It made my day. Thanks. And you know what else is funny? Well, like all childless NPCs, they always bring the children into it. And after this, it was no different. I'm raising the next generation. And this lad is a gay swinger. So like most of the Forrest Gump types, his bloodline ends with him. Silver linings and all, eh?
That's like out of Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, that's exactly what it's like. That's exactly
Oh my
what it's like.
God. Mighty. Oh my God. How does Mick put up with these? Even though I think he actually thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's just... Oh, man, it's mental. I'm going to play... Fair play to Mick, honestly. Yeah, you
That was
get a
very
laugh
good.
out, right?
Very good.
But I
Oh
tell
my
you
God.
one thing, he does do an awful lot of investigative stuff. He's a good investigative journalist. I'll give him that.
I know he is.
Get
He's very
the
good.
shit together, you know. And fair play to Mick. He's a friend of the show as well. Ginger guys are gorgeous.
Every guy's
Ginger
gorgeous.
girls-
you know.
and ginger girls are gorgeous. What a Cupid stunt in that clip.
But that just gives me the... Oh, yeah, that's like the Silence of the Lambs moment.
Yeah, totally shattered. Brilliant. I love 80s music. I love 80s music. I was the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties.
I don't remember the 80s. I was too young.
What? The 80s was the best ever.
Yeah, well, you're 164, Paul, so...
May your blessings out.
You remember a lot of music. You remember a lot of generations.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I was the intro king on FM 104. Yeah. Beat
When
the
back in
intro.
the 1800s. Didn't know that
No,
radio then.
back in the 90s and the noughties.
1890s.
No, the 1990s. Fuck off, you. Right, Michael, John. Michael, we all have our favourites. Michael likes Ginger, and that is good. Yeah, listen, I like redheaded women too. It's been a while since I've seen a redhead woman. They're all nearly blonde and black haired now. Oh God! Right, I'm gonna play Tracy O'Mahony. We'll finish up shortly. We've a couple here.
Yeah, finish at 11.
Yeah, play this.
So today, Thursday, the Minister for Justice, Jim O'Callaghan, met with other EU leaders to discuss the implementation of the EU Migration and Asylum Pact. This is the publication that I'm reading off gov.ie, and it states the following. Ministers discussed the use of voluntary and enforced return of migrants with no legal permission to be in the EU and the implementation of the EU Migration and Asylum Pact. Views on a number of migration-related issues were exchanged, including engagement on transit countries, incentivising voluntary return of migrants with no legal permission to be in the EU, and the implementation of the EU Migration and Asylum Pact. So there were two things that I wanted to say. First of all, you might recall that earlier this year the Irish government set up a scheme whereby they were paying migrants up to €10,000 to self-deport. Now, these were people who had no legal authority to be in this country. So they were setting up schemes to incentivise these people to leave rather than the government deporting them. Jim O'Callaghan is currently in the EU discussing similar measures. That's the first thing I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say was that Jim O'Callaghan has a comment here in relation to the implementation of the EU Migration and Asylum Pact, just for anybody who thinks this is not going to be steamrolled through. He said Ireland remains committed to the implementation of the Pact in full, and work is continuing at pace to ensure our readiness by the 12th of June. It is essential that all EU member states implement the Pact in full. The necessary legislation in Ireland, the International Protection Bill 2026, is progressing through the Oireachtas, and it will be enacted and brought into operation in time for the Pact's introduction. That means the 12th of June. So the Pact has already gone through 5 stages in the Dáil and 2 stages in the Seanad. There are 3 stages in the Seanad left, and then it just has to be signed into law by the President, and then the EU Migration Pact becomes law in Ireland. And you might recall from previous videos what this means, amongst other things, is that the EU can set down a quota of migrants that every EU country must take. And if you refuse to take those number of migrants, you have to pay a financial penalty of €20,000 per person that you refuse to take. So this is going to be steamrolled through. It's already gone through 7 stages of the Oireachtas. It has another 3 stages in the Seanad, and then the President to sign it into law. And it has to be operational by the 12th of June.
Wow. So yeah, it's gone through the Shannon. It's 4 times gone through. UK doing the same, paying them to go back 40 grand.
Yeah.
Lads, get them. Hold on. We're paying them when we don't give them houses, and then now we're paying them to get them out of the country. Just round them all up, lads. Get them. Listen, I'll take a job doing it. I'll take a job. You give me a job, I'll go around rounding them up. I've no problem. I'll be Irish choice. Trust me, I've no problem doing that. The second an economic migrant or an illegal migrant sets foot on Irish soil is committing a criminal offence. Yeah, of course they are, because they're illegal. Brian Keane, hi Fitz, or hi Orla. I've only one comment this week. We are at war in Ireland for Ireland, and everyone need to cop on and fight for this country. Yeah, I agree with you, Brian. I do agree with you.
Actually, Emma Lamb put in a comment there in relation to you and music. I'm sorry, Emma, you're incorrect there now. Paul is dating back to, we think, his birth cert, and there is proof of it, we reckon, on the Ark of the Covenant. So I don't think he was able to get any sort of music back then, unless it was all in his head.
Orla is wind-up radio. Okay, what was this?
That you use the wind-up radio. And I'm saying, no, Emma, I can't. Because he's dated before that, the Ark of the Covenant time.
No. I had a good one. 12th of June is D-Day, and the President is going to sign it anyway. So that's definitely coming through. It's ridiculous. I agree with you. Free money. Yeah, deport them. Yeah, deport them. MLM. Jesus, I'd nearly go to UK, claim asylum to get 40 grand. That doesn't work that way. You're not the right skin colour.
Yeah, it's another money racket.
You're not the right skin colour.
Okay. Right.
I just want to go with TUS and that loan today. There was a big ceremony in the TUS. Did you see it?
No.
Yeah, this is the college in the university in it must be the technology university in that loan. I'm not sure, but this was the big thing they had today.
I'm disgusted to use that song. I love that song. I'm disgusted. I'm taking it back.
I'm disgusted they're allowed to put them flags up. And did you see the state of the two mental bastards standing there clapping? Like, them trans people would have been in asylums years ago. And that's where they need to be put back into. If you think you're a man or you think you're a woman, you need to be put somewhere really, and you need to be medicated, and being honest with you, because you're bleeding nuts. Money will be worthless soon. The death bubble will pop. Yes, fruitcakes, pedo flag. I hate it. It's on my child's school, and I'm not happy about it. 3. Sometimes. Sometimes erasure. Yeah, love it. Love erasure. Total cringe is a game on myself. Okay. Suicidal empathy, as God said. Yes. Every fucking flag except our own national flag. Yeah. Eddie Powell, the guy pushing pride here is John Stryker, son of Guy that created Stryker Corp. Iran just done a cyber attack on them today. Seriously? Wow. And there is a reason they use that song, Rule the World. Exactly. Yeah. Emma, what is that muck? Should not be flying beside the Irish flag. It shouldn't be flying anywhere. If that's flying anywhere, people in there need to be investigated. Take that flag down, yes. Hence Somalians increase. Actually shouldn't be flying at all. You're right, it shouldn't be. Right, let me just, that's that.
So I was saying, put up the Sweden thing about a care worker in Sweden, and then there's a thing on bread as well, Irish bread, the truth about Irish bread. Are we playing Liam's video?
I haven't got it.
I have it.
I know you have it. I haven't got it.
Irish bread brand.
Is this the Irish bread brands thing?
Yeah. I'll send it over.
Okay. Then I probably have it. Hang on. You would have sent it the other day, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I definitely have it. Definitely have it there. Let me just go in here and see. Bread. Of course I have it. Yeah. And did you send me Liam's? No.
No, I'm getting it now because he put it up last night.
Flag showing North Stars actually shouldn't be there. Well said, Michael. I just don't understand gays for Palestine. Gays for Palestine, it's like turkeys for Christmas, lads. Like, gay people get thrown off buildings in Palestine. Well, not anymore because there's no bleeding buildings left. So, yeah. Save as, yes, Liam. Okay, I'm going to just play the bread one. Let's go with the bread one.
Irish bread brands to avoid and why they're quietly damaging your well-being. Number 8. Brennan's White Sliced. Brennan's is as Irish as it gets, in homes since 1942. The packaging shows shamrocks and wholesome imagery, but their standard white sliced loaf is ultra-processed industrial bread designed for shelf life, not nutrition. The ingredient list reveals wheat flour, water, yeast, then vegetable oil and sugar appearing twice to hide total content. 2 slices contain over 3 grams of sugar. Your body processes this like cake, spiking blood sugar and leaving you hungry within an hour. Calcium propionate extends shelf life, but research links it to behavioral issues in children. The sodium content hits 400 milligrams per 2 slices, over 20% of daily intake just from bread. At €4.50, Brennan's charges premium prices for white flour, sugar, and preservatives. The bread your grandparents bought had 4 ingredients. Today's version has 17. Number 7, Pat the Baker White Batch. Markets itself as
all sliced bread is ultra.
Yeah, but I thought I was going through all of them. I must look that up. Anyway, look, I've sent you over Liam's one there now.
Yeah,
it is Christine, you're correct. Yeah, white bread. Do you remember the video that Liam did as well, where he put the white bread into the fridge
for 3 weeks.
Days. No mold, no nothing. And then when he squeezed it and opened it back, it came back out into its original shape. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey Sarah, what time do you call this?
Showing you awake. So in short, you never feel full after a couple of slices of toast. Yeah. you feel starving again afterwards. I don't eat bread. I like bread. I like fresh bread. I get the one out of Lidl's, the sourdough and what you call it, the.
No, he said he was going to do one on brown bread and sourdough and just see, just for comparison, what they're like.
Okay, if you're home baking with the kids and buy supplies in Aldi, the cooking chocolate block has no palm oil at all, but yet same brand, the pantry chocolate chips has palm oil. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? Chickens for KFC, yeah, that's what it's like.
Okay, hold on.
Sheepdog, in a sensible covered society, Chris Bourne, what will you put aside the elderly, sick to squander? Yeah. My husband was a baker years ago in Thrones and Clonmel. Back then, they only had flour, yeast, salt, and fat. Yeah, now they have all sorts.
See, yeah, that's what they were saying. Four ingredients, and now the 17. Like, that's madness. Absolute madness.
Yeah.
I'm going to wind him up now. Hold on.
Paul, be very careful. Only having it. I'll check one.
Now told you that you're going to be doing the brown bread and the sour.
I just thought I'd take you off there for a second.
No, I know. I'm just winding him up now, so we'll see what the response is. I told him, chop, hurry up, that we're putting it up on the show, and he's doing his brown bread and his sourdough. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to do Liam's one now, okay? For this is Anthony actually done one the other day. I haven't got that there, but this is. Have a watch.
Today is Tuesday, the 10th of March. And this street is normally empty. There's never any cars on this street. So this is Clonmel Courthouse, here. And I'm standing outside it, and directly across the road is this building. And this building is Lodge 44 of the Freemasonry. And then next door, this building, which is number 13, but has the 13 removed from the plate on the door. The plate is blank. That building is a Clonmel Gentlemen's Club, frequented by all the prominent businessmen, judges, barristers, solicitors, etc. in the town. And the same kind of clientele then would be members of the Freemason Lodge here in Clonmel. So, yeah, directly across the road from the courthouse. Symbolism is everywhere. Pillars, triangles, a whole lot. And this street is normally empty. There's never any cars on this street. But the lodge meets every second Tuesday of the month, except for June, July and August. So, no prizes for guessing where all these people are. People who own all these cars. They're in there, having their meetings.
Wow.
Gentlemen's Club.
It's crazy, isn't it?
As I asked last night, they aren't similar to what they used to be used for.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I just want to open this here just to have a look at this for a sec. This is another thing that got sent to us as well. I'm just going to share this.
Chris, I've just seen your comment there. I agree. Thought the same thing.
There you go. I'm just going to. Ballycom info. Due to a serious incident in the Abbey Shrule area involving a young girl on Saturday evening last March 7th, on Garda Síochána have advised for no females to walk alone on the Royal Canal line around the area of the 39th lock beside Draper's Bridge. Regrettably, a young girl was assaulted at this bridge on the canal in Tanalik. Take care, everyone, and when you are out and about, please report any suspicious activity that you notice in any location. Take note of registration plates of vehicles and descriptions of suspicious people. If you think something is out of the ordinary, and more than likely is, be vigilant always. Now, there's a thing to put out to the women of Dublin. Like, Jesus, come on.
Where's
now.
that coming from?
Well, on
where's-
Garda Síochána, it's coming from on Garda Síochána have advised for no females to walk alone. Ballycom Info, wherever that is, it must be part of a group or something like that. Yeah. So, Jeannie Mac. Okay, I'm just going to play this here. This is Ferg.
How's it going, folks? Just a reminder that 3 weeks from today at 12 o'clock, the gathering at Tussler HQ is taking place. And I implore everyone from around the country, please get there. It's really, really important. And the other one also is the Excess Deaths March, which is on the 20th of this month. Gathering at 11 o'clock outside the Head of the Snake, which is RTE, and walking to the Irish Times building. 2 of the most important events you can attend this year, so please be there. It's really important. God bless. God bless you all. Here we go, bro.
Fair play to Ferg. I'm just going to read this. Tussler 3 weeks from today. Please share. I actually have it there. Where are you? I have it there. Tussler. I thought I just saved it there a second ago. There you go. There it is there. Just going to share this. Yeah. So there we are. Tussler. It's not fit for purpose. Children are being failed. It's up to us to fix this. Organised by concerned people of Ireland. It's the 4th of April. April Fool's Day, 12 noon, outside Tussler offices, Euston, South Quarter, St. John's Road, West, Kilmainham, Dublin. Please support. All welcome. Anyone, any of my friends, any of the influencers, please share this out all over your platforms. We need to get people here on that day. Thank you very much. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna hang on there. And then I'm gonna go with this one. We may as well go with this as well while we're here. This is the Excess Debt Walk. Bada bing, bada boom. So this is it. Excess Debts Walk, Ireland Excess Debts Grim Truth. Friday the 20th of March at 11 a.m. That's next Friday, not coming Friday, the Friday after. The 20th of March at 11 a.m. Meeting at RTE Studios, the Snake Pit. That's where we're going. We're going into the Snake Pit. We're going into the den, the Devil's Den. I'm walking for 5 kilometres to the Irish Times office on Tara Street. Bring a small tree or a plant, a cross, a wreath, a photograph, a memento of a loved one to leave at the door of the Irish Times to let them know that you know they are covering up 26,000 excess deaths in Ireland since 2021. So please, people, if you can be there, please be there. Thank you very much. We'll keep pushing this out anyway. Fergus going to come on himself one of the evenings next week with a week to go. So again, anyone, if you want to buy us a coffee, you can, please do. And if you can, please do. As I said, everything is coming out of our own pockets. But as I said, with what use people, and you know who you are the same people all the time. You throw in a few quid, and I really, really do appreciate you've taken a lot off my mind, to be honest with you. You really have. So thanks very much. As I said, you can and you can buy us a coffee in the link there. I've put it into the thing. But thanks very much, everyone who has bought us coffees and sent us a few quid. Thank you. Right, Emma Lamb, that's horrible that you felt that you should be able to walk whether you want and feel safe. It's the same everywhere now, unfortunately. Yeah, it's disgusting, guys. It's disgusting. Sarah Mary Louise, it's very sad, actually. On a serious note, Duarla, the video I sent you where I walk beside the lake, I'm actually nervous walking. That the other day, a young lad walking towards me, I was aware I had no protection. Nothing happened, but I should be able to just have a walk. Condoms are cheap in Mr. Euro deals. They're selling condoms off cheap if you need protection. Here, joke. Okay. But no, you're right. Women need to carry something with them now for protection. I don't care. You need to. You know what I mean? And you know what I heard is great for your eyebrows. There's these things, right, you can buy in pennies. They're like little blades, and they're great for women's eyebrows. They're really good for women's eyebrows, and they're not illegal to carry. So fair play. Yeah.
Need this deep heat spray or anything like that, because obviously if you get a sore ankle or a sore knee or anything like that, you can rub it on.
That was in bad taste, Paul. It was a joke.
Chris, when you get to Paul's age, he just forgets. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
No. Okay. People were talking about this all around the place, about Ballymun and about the Roma gypsies coming in there. He said, no, there was no Roma gypsies. There was no anything coming into that house. Well, I'm going to show you this video. It's only 30 seconds long. Here they are being shown around the house. There you go. There's the proof, people. There's the proof.
But sure, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Exactly. I'm fair just done. We're all done. I think we're nearly done now, Orla.
There's 2 articles I want you to read. So pull up the one on Sweden, first of all. And then there's one on the taxis, and then we'll finish up.
Okay. Sweden.
Thanks, Fiona.
Sweden, that's Dublin court cases. Now, when did you send this to me?
What?
Sweden.
Yesterday.
Okay. Sunday, you mean?
I would have resent it over. Yeah, so it's there with the Sweden. They'll see the Sweden thing on it.
Okay, I see it. Jesus.
It's only, there's not much writing to it. It's only a bit.
Just there's the picture there. Just let me get the picture up first. Oh God!
It's only just a kind of like a
Sweden. A care worker raped 100-year-old woman, now released by court. An Iraqi citizen working in care services was convicted of raping a 100-year-old woman. He got 4 years in prison, but now he's been released from custody pending verdict of the appeals court. The man was convicted of rape and sentenced to only 4 years in prison with no deportation, despite being a foreign citizen. Jesus, that is disgusting, isn't it? That is disgusting.
Did you read their stuff underneath it?
That's it. That's what I read. That's what I read.
Yeah, so he got 4 years in prison, but now he's released from custody pending verdict from appeals court. Right? The man was convicted of rape and sentenced to only 4 years in prison with no deportation, despite being a foreign citizen, and now he's released. So there's your Sweden. Sweden is just gone.
That's what I just said. I just said exactly what you just said.
I'm sorry. I don't listen to you, Bob.
You weren't listening to me.
What?
Here. You weren't listening to me.
What?
Here. Blah, blah, blah. That's all we get now. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't listen to you, Paul. You know that by now.
Is this the leash? Is this over the taxi to 2.2 million? Is that what it is?
Yeah, because I'm assuming you didn't play it, no?
I think
or you didn't read it, no?
I think we covered that on Sunday night, I'm sure. Sure we did. But we'll cover it again, no problem. I like it.
Chris, we know who the boss is. Thanks very much. Moi.
Chris, I'm the boss, mate.
Paul who? Don't listen to him.
I'm the boss.
What?
Okay, more than 2.2 million was spent on taxis and buses for the transport. I remember reading this the other night, and it took me ages to read it. For transportation of international protection applicants last year, new figures have revealed the journeys included travel from points of entry into the state to designated iPass facilities. From the International Protection Office in Dublin, to accommodation centres and transfers between iPass locations. They also included taxi trips to and from iPass centres for specific urgent needs, such as medical appointments, where travel by public transport was not applicable. The costs for 2025 were published by Justice Minister Jim O'Callaghan, who said taxi journeys may be the most economical option where similar groups and residents require transport. So 2.2 million. Come on.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
But like, you think about all the people out there, we'll say of our own, that have cancer appointments, you know, diabetes appointments, and everything else going on, and they're not getting taxis. They probably can't afford to get taxis, but yet the taxpayer is paying for all of this. Like, it's absolutely scandalous. There's probably elderly people have to go for appointments and can barely afford taxis. Like, it's just disgraceful.
Heading off there. There's a rapist living in a tent in Greystones, but it's all right. The police are monitoring the situation. Good night and God bless everyone. Thanks for sharing everything. No problem, mate. No problem. That's no sweat. Imagine living 200 years and then that happening. Nobody has said yet.
But it doesn't seem to make a difference to them. They don't care the age of the woman.
No, they're just dirt. These are used to having sex with goats. So, you know, these are bleeding camel jockeys, you know. Take care, Ferg. You mean they're safeguarding the rapists, Ferg? Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. Spain is also finished. Right, let me see. I just want to go with this. This is Drogheda. This is a migrant hotel at the back of the Sinn Féin offices that one of the lads found out yesterday. Another hotel hiding on West Street, Drogheda. Madness at the back of the Sinn Féin office. Sneaky open. Hotel Drogheda. West Street. It's okay. We know. Just improvise, all right. Just woo, you know. Yeah.
Hurry up, Paul.
I'm here. Okay, I'd say that's about all we have time for this evening. We don't. Okay. And I think we'll finish up there now this evening. Where we are, we're over 2 hours here again tonight. Yeah. So thank you very much, and I will speak to you down in the green room in a couple of moments. Thank you very much for this evening. Cheers. Thank you. Talk to you in a bit. Well, everyone, we reached 700 there this evening. Fair play to everyone who joined in and who texted in and did whatever. The poor cancer patients in Donegal were pleading for a flight from Donegal to Dublin to be kept going. Most have to pay this out of their own pockets. Quicker at driving. Yeah, I know. And these are getting brought around the country. That phrase order is get it up, Paul. Yeah, great show tonight, guys. Fair play. Great show tonight, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you all who listened and watched in this evening. And you can watch us again. You can watch us through the Gale Force Media app or wherever else. But thank you again. As I said, if you want to buy us a coffee, if not, listen, it's well the one. Great show, folks. Thanks. Night all. Good night. Good bless. Good night. Good night, Orla and Paul. Great job, you both. The Egan Ross. Thank you very much. As I say every night when we're finishing up here, somebody said last night that I wouldn't know the truth if it hit me in the face. Well, I tell the truth. And as I say every night I'm leaving here, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless.